Today, I'm going to talk about the 5 principles that separates the greats from the average. So, ignore this video at your own risk. What is good, YouTube? It is your guy, KJ Howard, back here again with another video. And today, I'm going to break down the 5 principles that's going to help you become unstoppable and be like the greats. I'm talking about the guys like Tom Brady, LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes. All of these athletes share the same 5 principles that help them become elite. So, you want to stay tuned and watch the full video. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and join the desireLess crew, or helping you guys elevate and truly dominate the game. Also, if you're interested, if you want more written format communication with us and a personal feedback, join our email list where we send emails out weekly, probably like 5 to 7 days throughout the week. We'll help you guys, give you tips, and we answer your questions if you have anything like that. So the link to that's also in the description down below. And if you want to show love, make sure you guys cop the merch. The Genesis tee is out right now, so if you guys are interested, cop the Genesis tee, show love, and look swaggy when in your workouts, when you're on a date with a girl, when you're just chilling at the house. You don't look swaggy, you don't like the most have the most swag at the family function. All right, so check that out if you're interested. But back to the video. So today I'm gonna share the 5 principles that separates the greats from the average. These principles are what helps establish the foundation for every great athlete. You need to understand that every great athlete, no matter what sport, football, basketball, swimming, tennis, they all share these same principles, these same qualities that helps them separate themselves from everybody else. So let's get straight into it. Principle number 1 that separates the greats from the average is resilience. Every athlete know that it isn't a straight line to success. When you want to be successful and you want to be a great athlete, there's going to be a lot of bumps, there's going to be a lot of bruises, it's going to be a bumpy road, and that is okay because it's part of the process. Anytime you want to get better at something, you have to learn from experience. You have to be bad at something so you can see how you can be better. I don't know too many guys who just wake up out the bed and just bless and just, hey, I'm gonna start dominating. Like, too many of those don't come around. Even guys who are really talented and really good, they're still going to find some level of plateau no matter if they get to the professional leagues, college, anything like that, off the field, anything. So understand that elite athletes, some of the best athletes in the world, are the most resilient because they understand that it isn't rainbows and sunshine. Like, it's a lot of hard that comes with it. You're gonna have bad games. You're gonna have things in your life that inhibit you from becoming better. There's gonna be a lot of roadblocks. People that's gonna be telling you can't do this. That's the number one thing. There's gonna be people that's gonna be telling you cannot be great. There's gonna be people that's telling you, oh, you can't do this. Why? Because they can't do it. They're sorry because they can't push themselves. They're sorry because they can't be great. You need to understand, as an athlete, you have to block all that out. You gotta understand that all the roadblocks you have, all the bad games, all the bad practices, all the things that you might be small, you might not be athletic as the other guys, that should fuel you. You need to be resilient. You need to, don't let that bother you. Even if it hits you, okay, boom. All right, I had a bad game. Great. I'm gonna learn from it. I'm glad I had a bad game. You know why? Because I get so much feedback on how I can get better and dominate the next game. Okay, so that's what is important. Like, all the elite athletes have resilience. Look at a guy like Tom Brady. He always talks about his time in Michigan. He had to show the most resilience and help them become the best quarterback of all time. So as an athlete, principle number 1 is all these great athletes share. So they have to be resilient. You have to keep going no matter what. Who cares if I fail? You should expect failure. You should expect you're gonna fail. Okay, that's part of the process. But don't let it define you. Oh, I failed. It's not meant for me. No, you learn from it. That's how you get better. That's the great thing of life and sports, is that you fail, but you get to learn from it. You get feedback from people. You get direct feedback from whatever you're not good. If I'm a receiver and I'm playing football and I can't get open, guess what? That's immediate feedback. My route running isn't that good. So guess what? Now we get to put more work in and get better. Okay? So that is principle number 1 that elite athletes share. Principle number 2 is discipline. Elite athletes are able to focus on what they need to focus, whether they feel like it or not. There's a lot of talented athletes, but there are very few who are talented and disciplined. And usually the ones who are very talented and disciplined usually become the greats at their position or the greats at their sport. You can be as talented as you want, but if you don't have discipline and you can't stay focused on your goals, then you will never be able to unlock your full potential. Discipline is so important because it keeps you focused. It keeps you on track to do what you need to do. Whether if you feel like it or not, you will never stop working hard without discipline. And if you don't have discipline, it's going to be hard to succeed. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys who have got drafted in the NFL. There's a lot of talented guys who played basketball, played in the NFL, but they had no discipline. So guess what? Your talent is only going to take you so far. God gave you gifts. He gave you talent, but it's not going to carry you for the rest of your life. You're going to have to improve. You're going to have to stay focused. And especially as you become better and better, there's more distractions. People want your time. People want a piece of you. People want to be involved in your life when you're doing good. So it's critical that you have to stay disciplined. Like, it's the number 1 thing. Like, if there's nothing that you take away from this video, if there's anything, any principle, the core, the fundamental, the real fundamental of the fundamentals is discipline. Because without discipline, you're nothing. Mike Tyson always said, without discipline, you cannot be anything. You're not going to be focused. You can't unlock your full potential. I'm a big guy who relies on discipline. I made discipline such a critical part of my life to where now I don't have to think about being disciplined. It's just naturally a part of me where I get up every day. I grind hard every day. When I don't grind hard, when I have off days, those hurt me more than the days I have to train. Doesn't that sound crazy? The days that I have off, the days that I'm relaxing, I hate it because I feel like I'm not getting better. No, so like but I installed that in my brain, and you can do that also. If you're a guy who struggles with getting work in and you struggle with discipline, start being disciplined. Start one day, okay? Then start the next day. Try to stack days and days. When you start stacking days, it becomes a part of you, and you become a consistent guy who can put in the work no matter what. So principle number 2 that all greats have is they're just super disciplined athletes. Like you look at guys like a LeBron James. He's 40 years old, playing in year 23, 22, I think, and he's one of the disciplined athletes in the NBA. There's no other way you can play that long without being super disciplined, paying close attention to your recovery, your nutrition, your training, everything. If you want to be elite and you want to be great, you have to be disciplined. Going into principle number 3 is that greats are just the hardest workers. Like everybody understands, like, man, what was the secret success? How did this person become great? How did Patrick Mahomes become this good at football? How did Tom Brady become this great? How did Usain Bolt become the fastest? Because these guys were the hardest workers. Now, yes, they were talented. These guys, you had to have some fundamental of genetics and everything like that, but they were the hardest workers. You look at a guy like a Tom Brady, I'm gonna keep saying his name because he's one of the probably my most respected athletes. Tom Brady and a Jerry Rice. These are the greatest players at their position. And were they the most gifted? No, Jerry Rice played at, I think, I don't know if it's D2 back in the day, but Mississippi State Valley, or Mississippi State, one of HBCUs in Mississippi. He ran a 4.6 at his combine or his pro day, and he wasn't the most gifted guy. He isn't Jeremiah Smith size coming out of college. No, but he was the hardest workers. Look at guys like Walter Payton. These are some of the greatest athletes. These were the hardest workers. Michael Phelps. These guys worked relentlessly. Not only were they super disciplined, not only were they resilient, they stayed focused and they worked so hard. And no matter what, every day they put in the work. Like they said, they had the mindset of it hurt them on their off day. Their off days, they felt like they wasn't getting work. On their off days, they're getting work. They're getting active recovery. They're doing stuff on the side that's light intensity, but still doing a lot for their body. They recover at an elite level. The best players, the greatest players are the hardest workers. And these guys that are grinding non-stop. They're putting in the work on holidays, on weekends. Like, it doesn't stop. I know a lot of you guys think you're putting in hard work, and it's like, man, you work hard for a couple days, you work hard when you feel like it. But watch somebody who's great. If you get a chance to actually witness a person who is great at what they do, no matter if it's in sports, no matter if it's in life, no matter what, if you look at the greatest yoga instructor in the world, watch how they work, watch how they prepare, watch how much work they put in, and you understand, wow. When you realize how did they become great, and you realize you see the work they put in, you're like, okay, I understand. They're at a whole different level of hard work. So another principle that these athletes and these great athletes share is that they're just hard, the hardest workers in the room. They don't care. And on top of that, going into principle 4, they tie in this hard work and this next principle to make them unstoppable. And principle number 4 that helps them become unstoppable when you tie in hard work and you are constantly learning. Now, this is the secret formula to becoming unstoppable. When you can cook your hard work and you combine it with learning, you're constantly learning new ways, constantly informing yourself. One of the greatest quotes that Tom Brady has said, I know I'm saying his name a lot. Yes, Tom Brady, one of my favorite athletes of all time. If you're watching this, you inspire me. But what he said was, what you know is limited and what you don't know is limitless. Think about that. What you know is limited. You only know so much, but the knowledge out there is so unlimited. There's so much to know about the game, the sport, life in general. And if you're somebody who's working hard, busting their ass and constantly learning, bro, you're accelerating your growth. You're accelerating the way you can get better at a much faster rate. Okay, like if I'm working hard and I'm learning faster, I'm multiplying. I'm not adding. You don't add hard work and learning. They multiply together when they come together. And you just become elite. Where you're constantly learning how to be better at your position. If you're a quarterback, you're constantly studying the grades. You're constantly learning. You're going to different quarterback coaches. You're going to different, events and learning from the people who've done it in front of you. You take that knowledge and you put it to hard work. I mean, you're going to become unstoppable. And all the best athletes, they learn everything about the sport. They learn everything about the position. They learn everything about the game. Their IQ, their experience they got from the game is so high because they played so many reps and they learned and they watched so much film. That's why film is so critical. And I know film can be boring, but it's a great example to learn from your mistakes. You can learn and constantly learn and grow. Like I said, when you put the hard work into learning and you multiply it, you become unstoppable. It's exponential growth. Matter of fact, it's damn near linear growth because how powerful that is when you cook hard work and the learning ability these athletes share. You want to be somebody who's constantly learning. What you know is limited and what you don't know is limitless. And there's always somebody who's out there doing something that you're not doing. Just think, one of the great quotes Alec Hormozi said, I heard him say, is if somebody's doing better than you, if somebody has something that you don't have, you can learn from them. They're doing something, they know something that you don't know. So constantly learn as an athlete. And then going to the last principle that all great athletes athletes share and they understand is they're patient. A lot of the greatest athletes, they're super patient with their outcome. They're urgent with their income. They're constantly getting work. Yes, they're putting in work and everything, but they understand that it takes time. Like anything, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take years, months at the earliest, but years to truly become great. And I'm talking about like 10, 20 years to become some of the greatest to ever do it. Like, it's gonna take time, and greats know that. They understand that, and that's why they're able to stay focused. They don't get sidetracked. They don't be like, oh, well, dang, it's gonna take 2 years to become this. Well, I get sidetracked and I start doing something else. I start playing guitar, or I start doing something else, starting some business on the side, or I quit football. No, they stay focused. They stay tunnel vision, and they understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's one of the things that athletes struggle with right now, is that understanding that it's a marathon. You need to look at the totality of everything. A lot of athletes like, man, I'm not playing right now, or I'm not doing this right now. You're looking so short term. You're not looking at the big picture. You want to develop. A lot of athletes just focusing on too much short term. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, it's about becoming the best player you can be. I want to become the best football player I can be. I want to be put in a situation where I can grow the most, where I can become better. 4 or 5 years down the road, you're not gonna look at, oh, what short term awards did I get? You know, you want to look at long term. How much better did I get? That's what matters. If you want to shot at playing professional, if you want to shot at playing big time college ball, you just want to be the best you can possibly be at the moment, okay? And if you're so focused on short term, you're not being patient, and you're not being patient and putting in work, well, you're never going to be able to reap the rewards of the hard work, because it's like compound interest. It stacks on top of each other and multiplies. All compound. Hard work isn't going to take off in a day. It's not going to take off in a week. It's going to take a while for it to actually show. And the greatest of all time, at the patience of Sally Mae. They're staying consistent, they're grinding, they're disciplined, they're resilient, they're working hard, they're learning, and they do it for a long period of time. And that's how they become the great, okay? So if you want to be great, you have to be patient. You have to stay focused, okay? So hopefully you guys take something from this video and really apply it to your life. And this is how they're going to help you go from being average to being great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more content like this. And if you're an athlete and you're already in high school and you're looking to get offers and you're looking to elevate your game and play college football, I have a free ebook called How to Get Offers Overnight. If you're interested in that, download that. It's free ebook. You just download it. It gives you the guides to how to really set yourself apart, start getting offers literally overnight. Okay, so if you're interested in that, hit the link in the description down below. That's all I got for you guys, man. So apply these 5 principles and become great. Catch you guys later.